So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to take some leave.
Yes,
and I want to play to the Ambazonian people to at least get some feel about the trial that took place on the ground by our command structure on the ground. And a trial took place. I will play some excerpts. The volume is not working so that you can hear for yourself.
Yes, understand you. Charged by, you say, Ambazonian command, the council country. We too, we realize the injustices that we have faced. That is, you have to be a blind person not to see that. Forgive me and have mercy on me. This is my plea.
So you can hear some excerpt about her plea. She knows that she committed a crime. She knows that she violated the will of our people who have expressed it, who have asked for cessation of political participation, who have asked all those who have been called not to participate in election. Welcome back, our senior comrade. And we had some technical difficulties there. I'm glad you're back. I have just played some audio which were part of of the trial of the Ambazonian Defense Forces on the ground of Regina Mundi, and she understood her crimes. She understood that she went to that Senate against the wish of our people. She understood that enough warning were made to all citizens not to participate in elections, and she understood that that is high treason, and she's pleading, and Mr. Pobia should respond to save her life. We will not make any comment about her current state, but we can talk about what had happened. At least the people have heard her during her trial, explaining that she understood her crimes, explaining that she's an Ambazonian. She went there because she was ignorant, and there's a chance for she also pleaded. Let me play that for you to hear just a little bit part of this. Her plea.
Forgive me and have mercy on me. This is my plea.
So she pleaded. Her words was, "Forgive me and have mercy on me." She knows that she did what she did. It was wrong. She went there for money and for her family. She was representing Ambazonia. She was unelected. She was appointed by a government who have no jurisdiction or mandate from our people. And this should be a message to all Ambazonians who, despite the fact that our people have marched to their palace and their parliament at that time, at their parliamentarian at that time in their house, and tell them we want everybody to withdraw back, and since then have not participated in any significant way in any election. Anybody who goes to do these things should know that you are violating the will of our people that have been expressed. And we will not sit by and watch you do that. Our soldiers will not sit by and watch you trample on the blood of General Ivor, the blood of Amigo, and the thousands of Ambazonia who have been slaughtered in this war. It will never happen.
Capo, the dispositive issue for the southern Cameroonian people now is, do they want to continue to perpetuate the token representation, the window dressing that has been perpetuated in Yaoundé for 60 years, in Parliament, in the Senate, in the Judicial Council, in the Bar Council, when one of the first presidents of the Cameroonian Bar, Fon Gojidinka, was jailed without any trial. The young people, the young attorneys must be very careful, must be very perceptive. What legacy are you leaving? I have met a lot of younger people who came to this struggle and they were in a hurry and they were telling me, Mr. Larry, you are going to see how my political fortunes are going to change. The government of Cameroon has promised me blocks of oil. The government of Cameroon has promised me appointments. I worked at CRTV in Yaoundé for more than a decade. I know the promises of the dictatorship of Cameroon are not worth the toilet paper that has been used. They use that against us, but we keep going like the washerman's donkey. Have you seen a donkey? You hit it, you throw a little treat, and it comes right back. You hit it, it rolls. So this kind of mercenary, this kind of Epicurean society, people with no integrity, who are ready, it's not because they are poor. No, they are not poor financially. They are poor in character. I would prefer to be a beggar than to take a dime from the dictatorship of Cameroon. This is the issue. Not after all the blood that has been spilled. And let me remind them, we care about their family members. We care about our own family members who have been killed innocently. We care about the young Southern Cameroonians who are on the road repairing a car and the army just shoots them. And there's extrajudicial execution. They're all over the country. This regime is not sustainable. Dion Guten knows it. Atanganji knows it. Philemon Yang, who is fighting to be vice president, knows it. They know it. And all these people like Philemon Yang was one of the first recruits of Sene. I know that as an investigative journalist. Our people are traitors. And they know. Madame Mundi, she's not an innocent 80-year-old woman who was just minding her own business and was captured. And I've asked Southern Cameroonians, what is the difference between the abduction of Mfongalamfo from Nigeria and his incarceration in this dungeon and the abduction of Madame Mundi? And I've never got
the difference is that Pa Fongalafo was not there stealing money to give favor to few people. He was there fighting for the common Mami who have been left behind, the common boys and girls whose only natural resources in Sonera, whose plantation in CDC have been siphoned up to feed the bank account of Mr. Paul Biya, Laurent Eso, and their cabal. These people who are going to La République in their parliament, they are the reason that Paul Biya is claiming to the international community that there is still some Cameroonians in Ambazonia, that we are still part of them. They are the reason they can claim that the Ambazonian defenders, the freedom fighters, are terrorists. They are the ones who are giving Paul Biya the microphone to deceive the international community. They are part and parcel of the hands that burns our cities, that burns Kwakwa, that beheaded and burned our first mother, Mami Mata, alive.
Yes.
These are the people who are guilty of all this that Paul Biya is doing. Paul Biya is not doing it alone.
Yes. The rivers of blood that have been spilled with the complicity of the Southern Cameroonian surrogates, the Southern Cameroonian careerists, the seekers for empty offices. They come back from their offices frustrated and angry and under high blood pressure because the Francophones don't respect them. The Francophones are spying on them. The late Achidiachu was crying one day that he has been campaigning for Mr. Paul Biya. He doesn't know why Paul Biya doesn't like him like that. Paul Biya sat at a grandstand and would not even turn and look at him. Anytime Anglophone leaders come and visit Achidiachu, his secretary, the Francophones who are put in the office, will ransack all his office and pick up papers. This man was under torture. These Southern Cameroonians know the very torture that John Gufoncha suffered in Yaoundé when Ahidjo put him under house arrest. And in those days, without any telephone, the British people did not even know. You bring Achu from Kwen to come and give a Foncha, the military people will ask you to test the Achu first, because they think that you want to come and poison him for him to die, because this is the dictatorship that we've had for 60 years. And this thing has been like a gangrene. We have now acclimatized ourselves to that system where people just say, well, let us be quiet. Ideas are spread when they are watered by the blood of martyrs. Our boys, I am so proud of them. I am sick of arthritis and old. I don't have their energy, but I doff my heart for them, because it is they who have made the world to know that this dictatorship in Cameroon is a fraud. Now they have shown their true colors. They have signed a contract with the Wagner group in Russia to come and eliminate the Anglophone group. And they have said it themselves that they will wipe out the population and repopulate that territory with their own people. They have made that very clear.
And you have
an
existentialist who wants to go there and say that they are parliamentarians, they are mayors. These are the people who go to Yaoundé and tell Paul Biya, don't talk to them. These are the people who are campaigning behind their backs for their own personal benefit. They will ask for their, don't talk to them. This one, Ayabacho is this, these are separate. These are the people advocating for the war to continue. The so-called Mrs. Mundi, the so-called lawyers now who are going to Yaoundé to go and make a campaign. How do you think they will carry that flag? How do you think they will receive money without backstabbing the people who have picked up weapons they cannot return back to their homes, the women who have sacrificed their business to close their shop on the market? These traitors are the ones going to empower this killing machine in Yaoundé.